Chapter 26. It happened after the plague that the Lord spoke to Moses and to Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, from 20 years old and upward, by their fathers' houses, all who are able to go forth to war in Israel. Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Take the sum of the people, from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel that came forth out of the land of Egypt. Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, the sons of Reuben. Of Hanok, the family of the Hanokites. Of Palu, the family of the Paluites. Of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites. Of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and those who were numbered of them were 43,730. The sons of Palu. Eliab. The sons of Eliab. Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. These are that Dathan and Abiram, who were called of the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Korah, when they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened its mouth, and swallowed them up together with Korah, when that company died. What time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the sons of Korah didn't die. The sons of Simeon after their families. Of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites. Of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites. Of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites. Of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. Of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The sons of Gad after their families. Of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites. Of Haggai, the family of the Haggites. Of Shuni, the family of the Shunites. Of Ozni, the family of the Oznites. Of Eri, the family of the Erites. Of Arad, the family of the Aradites. Of Areli, the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the sons of Gad, according to those who were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah, and Onan. And and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Judah after their families were, of Shelah, the family of the Shelonites. Of Perez, the family of the Perizzites. Of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. The sons of Perez were, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites. Of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, according to those who were numbered of them, 76,500. The sons of Issachar, after their families. Of Tola, the family of the Tolaites. Of Puvah, the family of the Punites. Of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites. Of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those who were numbered of them, 64,300. The sons of Zebulun after their families. Of Sered, the family of the Seredites. Of Elon, the family of the Elonites. Of Jahaliel, the family of the Jahaliites. These are the families of the Zebulunites, according to those who were numbered of them, 60,500. The sons of Joseph after their families, Manasseh and Ephraim. The sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites. And Machir became the father of Gilead. Of Gilead, the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead. Of Iezer, the family of the Iezerites. Of Helek, the family of the Helekites. Of Asriel, the family of the Asrielites. Of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites. And of Shemida, the family of the Shemaites. Of Hepher, the family of the Hepherites. Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, had no sons but daughters, and the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlah and Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those who were numbered of them were 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim after their families. Of Shuthelah, the family of the Shuthalites. Of Becher, the family of the Becherites. Of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites. These are the sons of Shuthalah. Of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those who were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph after their families. The sons of Benjamin after their families. Of Bela, the family of the Balites. Of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites. Of Ahiram, the family of the Ahiramites. Of Shephupham, the family of the Shuphamites. Of Hupham, the family of the Huphamites. The sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman. Of Ard, the family of the Ardites. Of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin after their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan after their families. Of Shuham, the family of the Shuhamites. These are the families of Dan after their families. All the families of the Shuhamites, according to those who were numbered of them, were 64,400. The sons of Asher after their families. Of Imnah, the family of the Imnites. Of Ishvi, the family of the Ishvites. Of Beriah, the family of the Berites. Of the sons of Beriah. Of Heber, the family of the Heberites. Of Malchiel, the family of the Malchielites. The name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher according to those who were numbered of them, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali after their families. Of Jasiel, the family of the Jasielites. Of Gunai, the family of the Gunites. Of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites. Of Shillem, the family of the Shillemites. These are the families of Naphtali according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,400. These are those who were numbered of the children of Israel, 601,730. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, To these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To the more you shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer you shall give the less inheritance. To everyone according to those who were numbered of him shall his inheritance be given. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot. According to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall their inheritance be divided between the more and the fewer. These are those who were numbered of the Levites, after their families. Of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites. Of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites. Of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi. The family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Malites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korahites. Kohath became the father of Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt. And she bore to Amram Aaron and Moses, and Miriam their sister. To Aaron was born Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. Those who were numbered of them were 23,000, every male from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are those who were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them who were numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said of them, They shall surely die in the wilderness. There was not left a man of them, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. Chapter 27. Then drew near the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh the son of Joseph. And these are the names of his daughters, Mahlah, Noah and Hoglah, and Milcah and Tirzah. They stood before Moses, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes and all the congregation, at the door of the tent of meeting, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not among the company of those who gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah, but he died in his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be taken away from among his family, because he had no son? Give us a possession among the brothers of our father. Moses brought their cause before the Lord. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. You shall surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brothers, and you shall cause the inheritance of their father to pass to them. You shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a man dies and has no son, then you shall cause his inheritance to pass to his daughter. If he has no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his kinsman, who is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it, and it shall be to the children of Israel a statute and an ordinance, as the Lord commanded Moses. The Lord said to Moses, Go up into this mountain of Abiram, and see the land which I have given to the children of Israel. When you have seen it, you also shall be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother was gathered, because you rebelled against my word in the wilderness of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the waters before their eyes. These are the waters of Meribah of Kadesh, in the wilderness of Sin. Moses spoke to the Lord, saying, Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, appoint a man over the congregation, who may go out before them, and who may come in before them, and who may lead them out, and who may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord not be as sheep which have no shepherd. The Lord said to Moses, Take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay your hand on him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. You shall put of your honor on him, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may obey. He shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall inquire for him by the judgment of the Urim before the Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word shall they come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and he took Joshua, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and he laid his hands on him, and gave him a charge, as the Lord spoke by Moses. Chapter 28. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and tell them, My offering, my food for my offerings made by fire, of a sweet savor to me, shall you observe to offer to me in their due season. You shall tell them, This is the offering made by fire which you shall offer to the Lord. He-lambs a year old without blemish, 2 day by day, for a continual burnt offering. The one lamb you shall offer in the morning, and the other lamb you shall offer at evening. And the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mixed with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to the Lord. The drink offering of it shall be the 4th part of a hin for the one lamb. In the holy place shall you pour out a drink offering of strong drink to the Lord. The other lamb shall you offer at evening, as the meal offering of the morning, and as the drink offering of it, you shall offer it, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to the Lord. On the Sabbath day, 2 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering mixed with oil, and the drink offering. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering. In the beginnings of your months you shall offer a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and 3/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mixed with oil for each bull, and 2/10 parts of fine flour for a meal offering mixed with oil for the one ram, and 1/10 part of fine flour mixed with oil for a meal offering to every lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to the Lord. Their drink offering shall be half a hin of wine for a bull, and the 1/3 part of a hin for the ram, and the 1/4 part of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month, throughout the months of the year. 1 male goat for a sin offering to the Lord. It shall be offered besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering. In the 1st month, on the 14th day of the month, is the Lord's Passover. On the 15th day of this month shall be a feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. In the 1st day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, but you shall offer an offering made by fire, a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, and 7 he-lambs a year old. They shall be to you without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts you shall offer for a bull, and 2/10 parts for a ram. 1/10 part shall you offer for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, to make atonement for you. You shall offer these besides the burnt offering of the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. After this manner you shall offer daily, for 7 days, the food of the offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to the Lord. It shall be offered besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering. On the 7th day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. Also in the day of the firstfruits, when you offer a new meal offering to the Lord in your feast of weeks, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. But you shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor to the Lord, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old, and their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for each bull, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 male goat, to make atonement for you. Besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering, you shall offer them. They shall be to you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Chapter 29. In the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing of trumpets to you. You shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor to the Lord, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for the bull, 2/10 parts for the ram, and 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, to make atonement for you. Besides the burnt offering of the new moon, and its meal offering, and the continual burnt offering, and its meal offering, and their drink offerings according to their ordinance, for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to the Lord. On the 10th day of this 7th month you shall have a holy convocation, and you shall afflict your souls. You shall do no manner of work, but you shall offer a burnt offering to the Lord for a sweet savor, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old. They shall be to you without blemish, and their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for the bull, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering and its meal offerings, and their drink offerings. On the 15th day of the 7th month you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no work, and you shall keep a feast to the Lord 7 days, and you shall offer a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor to the Lord, 13 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old. They shall be without blemish, and their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for every bull of the 13 bulls, 2/10 parts for each ram of the 2 rams, and 1/10 part for every lamb of the 14 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and its meal offerings, and the drink offerings. On the second day you shall offer 12 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering and their drink offerings. On the third day 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and its meal offering and its drink offering. On the fourth day 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number and after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it and the drink offering of it. On the fifth day 9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and its meal offerings and its drink offerings. On the sixth day 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering with its meal offering and drink offering. On the seventh day 7 bulls, 2 rams, 14 he-lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering with its meal offering and drink offerings. On the 8th day you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no work, but you shall offer a burnt offering, an offering made by fire for a sweet savor to the Lord. 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 he-lambs a year old without blemish, their meal offerings and their drink offerings for the bull, for the ram, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number, after their ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, with its meal offering and drink offering. These you shall offer to the Lord in your set feast, besides your vows and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meal offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. Moses told the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 30. Moses spoke to the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. When a man vows a vow to the Lord, or swears an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. Also, when a woman vows a vow to the Lord, and binds herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hears her vow, and her bond with which she has bound her soul, and her father holds his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond with which she has set a bound for her soul shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that he hears, none of her vows, or of her bonds with which she has bound her soul shall stand, and the Lord will forgive her, because her father disallowed her. If she is married to a husband while her vows are on her, or the rash utterance of her lips with which she has bound her soul, and her husband hears it, and holds his peace at her in the day that he hears it, then her vows shall stand, and her bonds with which she has bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallows her in the day that he hears it, then he shall make void her vow which is on her, and the rash utterance of her lips, with which she has bound her soul, and the Lord will forgive her. But the vow of a widow, or of her who is divorced, even everything with which she has bound her soul shall stand against her. If she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband hear it, and held his peace at her, and didn't disallow her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond with which she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband made them null and void in the day that he heard them, then whatever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband has made them void, and the Lord will forgive her. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether holds his peace at her from day to day, then he establishes all her vows, or all her bonds, which are on her. He has established them, because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall make them null and void after that he has heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses between a man and his wife, between a father and his daughter, being in her youth, in her father's house.